Mana is absorbed through breathing. It circulates through the body via mana veins, eventually gathering at the heart, the core of all magic. In a flashback, we see a younger Russell being hunted by a monstrous creature. The beast slams one of its massive claws into the ground, sending debris flying. Russell leaps out of the way just in time, narrowly avoiding the impact. As he runs, he glances over his shoulder, only to see the monster already charging toward him. He explains in voiceover that the act of reversing mana flow outward from the body is called magic. Back in the memory, Russell hastily draws a magic circle and casts a fire spell from his hands. Flames burst forth in a large, sweeping arc and engulf the creature. But when the fire clears, the monster remains, completely unharmed. The truth becomes clear. No matter how flashy the spell, his magic lacked the power to do any real damage. His mana veins were too weak. Realizing he's in deep trouble, Russell prepares to cast a shield spell to defend himself. But before he can finish the chant, wham! The monster's tail strikes him hard, sending him flying. The creature stomps toward him, ready to deliver the final blow. Still in the flashback, Russell explains how his condition, mana vein narrowing, turned every battle into a nightmare. He lies half-buried in the rubble, barely conscious. Suddenly, another crushing blow launches him even deeper into the rocky terrain. Fate, or perhaps dumb luck, intervenes. Instead of dying, he crashes into a hidden underground chamber. Groaning in pain, Russell slowly pulls himself up and tries to make sense of his surroundings. There's no exit in sight. But in the darkness, something catches his eye. 2 ancient books resting untouched on a pedestal. He walks over and picks them up. One is titled Overvain, the other Wizard Body. Back in the present, Russell jogs through a field at sunset, continuing his mana vein training. He recalls what each book taught him. Overvain focuses on enhancing the physical body to expand and strengthen one's mana veins. Wizard Body teaches techniques that convert muscle fibers into extensions of the mana vein system. In other words, the stronger your body, the stronger and more stable your mana circulation becomes. Russell notes that when he trained with these books as an adult in his past life, the results were minimal. But now, in the midst of his growth years, the benefits should be far more significant. Fueled by determination, he pushes himself hard, driven to defeat the weakness that once ruined him. Eventually, the sun dips below the horizon. Exhausted, Russell collapses under a tree, gasping for breath. "I can't move another step," he mutters. "But this should be enough for today." He pats himself on the back, thinking he's done well. But the system has other plans. A screen materializes before him. Mission: practice the ancient skill Overvain. Progress: 0.05/5 kilometers. Wait, what? Russell winces at the glaring number. He's barely scratched the surface. The reward for completing the full 5-kilometer run? A permanent improvement in running speed and increased efficiency when using the Overvain technique. Then another notification pops up, as if to sweeten the deal. And here, you could continue the next scene depending on what the reward or twist is. The system explains that the Overvain mission can be repeated once a day. However, the required distance will gradually increase based on Russell's improvement. Once he reaches a certain mastery of Overvain, the mission will disappear entirely. Russell frowns. Why the rush? The tone of the notification almost feels like a threat. Still, he knows the truth. He barely managed to obtain this opportunity in the first place. There's no way he's going to sit around and waste it. Without hesitation, he continues his run. He pushes himself to 1.4 kilometers out of 5. Then, through sheer willpower, he makes it to 2.7 kilometers. By now, his legs are shaking violently. Every step sends a jolt of pain up his body. When he finally reaches 3.6 kilometers, he's forced to stop. His knees feel like they might give out entirely. Catching his breath, he reassures himself. Almost there. Determined to finish, he gathers every last ounce of strength and sprints like a madman. Late into the night, the notification finally appears. Mission complete. Rewards available. Russell collapses onto the ground, his chest heaving. If he takes another step, he swears he'll die on the spot. But despite the pain, a smile creeps across his face. The sense of accomplishment is worth every drop of sweat. Then reality hits him. How is he supposed to walk back to the dorm? The next morning, Professor Hubert sits at his desk, flipping through Russell's written report. His eyes narrow in disbelief. "This is far more in-depth than I expected," he says, looking up. "Are you sure you wrote this yourself?" Russell flashes a sly smile. "Of course, every word." The professor studies him for a moment, noticing the unusual confidence in his voice. Finally, he nods. "I'm very satisfied with this work." Right then, another system notification pops up for Russell. Mission complete. His rewards: 1 lowest grade mana stone, an additional gem of the same size, increased understanding of the art of summoning beasts. The system explains that this new understanding grants him increased summoning power, reduced mana consumption, and faster casting speed. Russell quickly realizes the higher my level of understanding, the stronger I become. He makes a mental note to exploit this to its fullest. Professor Hubert closes the report. "You may go now." Before leaving, Russell decides to make a request. "Professor, could I use the faculty library?" Hubert raises an eyebrow. "Why? The student library should have more than enough books for you." "I've read all the books in the student library," Russell replies matter-of-factly. Hubert blinks. "All of them?" "Yes." "That's surprising," the professor admits. "But even if you have, granting you access to the faculty library is a different matter entirely. I'll need to test your qualifications first." Russell's eyes light up. "That's fair." Almost instantly, several mission windows appear before him, each one tied to the assignments the professor has just given. Completing them will grant rewards. As he jogs later that day, Russell reflects on the sheer number of tasks. This old man is definitely picky, but considering that stronger theoretical knowledge means stronger magic, he decides it's worth the effort. Not to mention, each mission also rewards him with a mana stone. 2 birds, 1 stone. While enjoying a drink of water, Russell hears someone call his full name. He turns to see a boy approaching, Anton Frederick, who bears a strong resemblance to Coma. Anton steps closer. "Coma, my friend, had to suffer because of you." Russell tilts his head. "And what's wrong with that? Are you here for revenge?" Anton laughs, joined by his friends. "Revenge? Don't flatter yourself. No one wastes time taking revenge on trash." His grin turns sharp. "I'd rather trample you than bother with revenge." The bully brushes past Russell, deliberately bumping his shoulder, and mutters that they'll see each other in class. Russell frowns, wondering why Anton looks so smug, until it hits him. The next class on their schedule is Practical Magic Combat Studies, where students are graded on sparring matches. A bad memory resurfaces. In his past life, every fight against Anton in that class ended the same way: humiliation. Anton would outmatch him in fire magic, smirk over his victory, and taunt him for his weak mana veins. Russell curses himself for forgetting this detail. Better late than never, he'll have to prepare immediately. Just then, the system flashes a new mission. Reach the second circle by deepening your understanding of your current elemental attributes. That day, Russell pours every waking hour into completing the assignments Professor Hubert gave him, working late into the night. The next morning, he drops a heavy stack of papers onto the professor's desk. One by one, the system flashes notifications: every assignment complete, mission accomplished, rewards incoming. And that's where our video ends. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and leave a comment down below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're updated on our next content. Until the next video, take care always.